Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. I'm back again with another Tower of God video. And this time I'm trying to explain Wolhaiksong. Now, Wolhaiksong is a bit difficult for me at current. I've actually failed on this here a few times already, so let's go for it. Now, Wolhaiksong is one of two anti-jihad organizations with actual power in the tower. Now, when I say one of two, obviously the only other organization that can actually fight jihad with some level of actual combat is the Slayers from FUG. So yeah, basically that's the two biggest threats to these organizations. Okay, let's see, what else can I tell you about them? Alright, yes, besides them, the next greatest threat within the tower when it comes to actual power would be the organization we know as the Workshop. Now, just so you know, the Workshop aren't bad guys in any way, right? They're just regular good guys as far as everybody else in the tower is concerned. It's only one or two organizations who don't like the Workshop, especially people in FUG and so forth. They don't like the Workshop a lot because the Workshop gets up to a lot of suspicious activity, and obviously when you're suspicious, you get suspected for doing bad things. That's just the nature of the Workshop. But the Workshop is also one of the only organizations who has the power to keep up with Jihad's army, and that is around the level that Wolhaiksong is on. And obviously it's very important to mention these because there's a few notes in the entire note of Wolhaiksong that will be comparable to these other organizations. When it comes to their fighting power, their members are extremely powerful. There's no joke on saying their members are powerful. Some of their members are monsters, and we've seen them. We've met some of their members. If any of y'all remember individuals called Kuradan and Hatsling, those are two very powerful individuals. If you remember how easily Hatsling dealt with Lero Ro and Quant, then you understand just how crazy dangerous Wolhaiksong's members are, because that's the level that they sit in. That's what they are. They beast of beasts. And that's just me being fair about saying what they are. And that too isn't 100% fair. So nonetheless, I'd say that they're on the level of the Slayers from FUG. Just to be, generous with the statement. Okay, let's move up to the next thing to think about when it comes to Wolhaiksong. So Wolhaiksong is quite the organization when it comes to their influence. Their influence is actually spreading within the tower, and they're becoming more and more influential. They're becoming a bigger pain in the side of the 10 great families. Their whole objective is to get out of the tower and find greater and greater places to go to. So that is their objective, and obviously it doesn't sound like that crazy difficult of an objective to achieve. That's because this is Wolhaiksong, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to keep achieving or trying to achieve their goal no matter what it takes. And eventually one day I'm suspecting they're going to succeed and they're going to get out of this tower, and that's going to be when Wolhaiksong goes all crazy and has fun with all of their members again, most likely. We'll get to see one or two real insane fights, and some of the crazy rankers from the past might even show up to that battle when it happens. But nonetheless, I'm getting off topic. Okay, let's get into the rest of what we know about Wolhaiksong. So, within Wolhaiksong, the greatest members are Bakery Yun and Yurik Mazino. Now, the reason why they're represented by the wing tree is because of the relationship between Yurik Mazino and Bakery Yun. Now, I'm not going to go into Bakery Yun at all. They are figures who haven't appeared in the story and haven't yet actually played a role. Just like how we were mentioned with Evan Cal, and he was mentioned so many times, and then we find out that Evan Cal is a woman. Right, so I don't want to end up on that same note saying this is Bakery Yun and that, and he is this. I'm not going to go with any of that. I'm just going to leave it as blank, Bakery Yun. So when Yurik tried to recruit Bakery Yun actually enjoyed what Yurik had to say, but he refused to leave his forest. So Yurik pounded his chest and compressed the entire forest into a box. And because Bakerion couldn't carry the box with the forest in it, Yurik gave the box wings and made it fly, so it can carry itself for Bakerion. And that is the wing tree, and that is why they use the wing tree badge as their symbol. So yeah, that's the whole thing with why they use the symbol. And you must understand that that says how insanely powerful Yurik is. And remember, he rates people on power. He says, if you can withstand this pinky, so many wings worth of power, blah blah. That tells you he's that incredibly powerful. And if he's referring to this box which can hold up a whole forest, you can imagine how crazy powerful you have to be to get 10 wings. Now, Bakerion is a wave controller from all that we know. It could be something else. Things can change, you know how it goes. That's why I'm not talking too far into it. But nonetheless, from all their wave controllers, the wave controller we know is the kata Kuradan. Now, the thing about him is he was very famous when his reference was made in that first season. The kata is supposedly one of the most elite members of Wolhaiksong, right? And one of the most powerful individuals. He can absolutely obliterate an enemy with his Shinsu control skill, right? Makes him quite dangerous to actually go up against. Now, beyond all of this, Wolhaiksong is trying to escape the tower, which puts them at ends with the 10 great families. However, we know that Yurik gets along with Gustang. We don't know whether Yurik gets along with any of the other members of the 10 great families. He gets along with him in the way that he can talk with him. He just can't stand Gustang, because Gustang goes off on adjacents and lectures him every time they try and talk. It drives Yurik absolutely insane. And that's what we gathered from what Yurik says in the story. Okay, I don't want to drift too far away from what's going on in the story, because that will make things really complicated for the next bit of information that I'm about to drop. Okay, so within the tower, there are multiple powerful individuals who belong to this organization. And as I said, they comparatively have the power to stand up to Jahad's army. Now, that is no small feat. Standing up to Jahad's army in any one of the even one squadron would make that army incredibly powerful. Now, obviously, if anybody had to face off against Wolhaiksong, nobody is going to be able to beat them if their head is in place, right? None of the 10 great families can fight them. So, for example, the fight at the nest. If Yurik were to join in on Bam's side, Lopobia family head would have to jump out of his seat and fight with Bam, and not with Bam, sorry, with Yurik, just to hold an equal footing in that fight. And even that is definitely not going to work, because if he ticks Yurik off too much in the course of a fight, Yurik will just wipe out his family, because that's how powerful Yurik is. And I'm actually going to cover Yurik on his own in another video. So because of Yurik's power, they really can't put up a fight against Wolhaiksong, because Yurik is active. The only person who can put up a fight against Yurik is most likely Jahad. And that tells you that's someone crazy rare to find in the tower. The next person who might be able to put up a fight with Yurik is going to be Bam in the future. Now, we know Pentaminum is leaps and bounds above everybody else. We never know whether he's going to be matched with Bam in the end. As you said, we don't know what Bam is. Bam is a total mystery, in case anybody has forgotten the video. If you look through my channel in this Tower of God video, Tower of God section, you will find that there is a listing with Bam. So yeah, I've mentioned Bam all on his own. Now, beyond Bam and Yurik Mazino, there's a lot of other irregulars, from the 10 great family heads to Enryu and Rachel. Right, those are all of the irregulars, and irregulars are a class of their own. They can cause more mayhem than anybody can imagine. Where an irregular is involved, prediction becomes pointless. So people like Kal Halam, people like Jahad can't see the future when irregulars are involved in it. So if Gustang interferes, all of it goes to waste, right? That's how come he got so angry and wants to kill the poor Bidao family. And when it comes to Bam, he also wants to get rid of Bam because Bam can actually change things within the tower. He can actually beat and dethrone Jahad if it ever comes to it. So with all of this said, what is the things that we should expect from Wolhaiksong? Well, I'm suspecting Bam is going to join them on the 77th floor. Now, he's not going to join them like just to get their help for something. I suspect Wolhaiksong and Bam are going to play this massive role together. And people from Jahad's army can join Wolhaiksong. People from the 10 great families can join Wolhaiksong. People from FAG can join Wolhaiksong. So they're one of these neutral organizations in that sense. They may be against the 10 great families, but the 10 great families aren't against them, right? It's for one simple reason. If you tick off Wolhaiksong, Yurik Mazino is coming for you. And basically you can call him the boogeyman of the 10 great families. That's how scary he is to some of the leaders. Remember, he took on the strongest member from the 10 great families, Aryehan, and he won. So that puts him in a class all to his own. Not won, but he put up a very good fight as a regular, which was insane. And I believe that Aryehan said he would have lost if he kept up with the fight. I actually just have to go over my notes for Yurik after this. But nonetheless, Yurik is the centerpiece of this organization. Baekryun is his backup, who's most definitely a very powerful high ranker, right? Following that in the organization, there's probably other high rankers who haven't yet been noted. And then we get Kun Hatsling, Kuradan, Miss Ice Strawberry, Pincer Face, whatever his name is. That group is also most probably a very powerful team. They are high ranker princesses team from Wolhaiksong. So if they can work together, that means that they most probably insanely powerful as a group. So yeah, those are all of the members you have to think about when it comes to what's going to happen in the future of this crazy series. And there's a reason why I call it a crazy series, because we still have no idea where it's going. A lot of people will speculate that this fights are just a small thing and there's much better stuff to come up ahead. We never know. Yurik might make a deal with Jahad of all people and end up facing off against Bam in the end. It might happen. Or Yurik might side with Bam now or in the future and help him with some type of hassle that comes up. But we never know where things are going to play within these organizations. And you have to always remember that the big organizations aren't the only organizations within the tower. If you're thinking about it, you've got Jahad, right? You've got the 10 great families that's basically siding with Jahad, but they're also their own forces. So that's 11 major powers in the tower. Then you have Fag, who is another major power in the tower, but they below the power which is going to come, the next two powers I'm going to mention. Then you've got Wolhaiksong, very powerful, above any of the 10 great families, just below Jahad's army. And the next great power that you have is the next great power that you have is I'm so sorry about that. I'm just like losing my words here while I'm trying to say this here. The next great power in the tower is definitely the workshop. Sorry about that. They're one of the topics I'm actually working on. But as I said, I don't have enough information on them. We know that they are throughout the tower. We know that they exist on the outside world. We know that the one inside the tower is responsible for inventories, for pockets. We know they're responsible for the language of the tower, Maxethian. We know they're responsible for the Hell Train. We know they're responsible for creating artificial life and actual life. We know that they're responsible for one of the rulers of Jahad, so they're most probably very strongly aligned with Jahad. We also know that they are strongly aligned with Fag. We also know that they're responsible for a lot of the shenanigans that have happened in the background. So yeah, those are all of the things that we do know about the workshop, and they are amongst the best suited organizations in the tower. I'm actually going to have to take a few days to get some info on them, so their video won't be following after this, unfortunately. Unfortunately, after this, it's going to be a video on Yurik Mazzino and everything we know about him so far. So catch you all in the next one. Have a good day.